Chapter 4 in the Power of the People book covers the 8 steps of the purposeful analytics model. So what are these steps? So first, framing your questions. What is your why? Why are you doing this project? What are you hoping that the end result will be? Build your hypotheses. So remember, the hypotheses are, if we do this, this will be the result. Or at least that's what your belief is, that that's going to be the intended result. That also contributes to the why of your project. So if we do this training, people will be more aware. Okay, so, and whether or not that's true or not, if we incorporate this manual, we will develop leadership skills in our staff. So what are those hypotheses that are already built into your project as part of the why? Why are you doing this? And what do you believe your initiative is going to, what change are you going to impact? Then throughout, when we're trying to do this, we're going to gather data and conduct analysis. So what information do we have? Have we already tried things that haven't worked? So what information do we have about things that are currently ongoing, things that have happened in the past, things that other organizations are doing? It's possible that you're not completely reinventing the wheel, and that there are organizations out there that have tried and found success in things. So going outside your organization and looking for results of, has this been tried before and what were their results? Are there things that we can bring into our organization? Then conducting analysis. Once you've conducted your analysis, you can start revealing some insights to people. Talking through with your team, what are you learning from that data and the analysis that you're doing? Then you get your recommendations. Once you get your recommendations, you need to get your point across to other people. This could be whoever you report to. It could be someone, maybe you're going to a grant agency or a funding agency to say, this is why we should implement this. Maybe you're working with one particular team, but you recognize that this could be more beneficial across multiple different teams. And so you want to talk with other people who are working with those teams to see how this project can be scaled. Then you implement and evaluate. So continuous improvement. You don't just implement what your change initiative is going to be and then believe that it's going to work and think that you can walk away from it. No, you have to evaluate it, see how it is working, and then if it isn't working, make changes to it. What changes do we need to do moving forward? What things are working that we're going to continue with? And that needs to be a continuous process throughout the life of how long you're going to continue this thing. It could be continued indefinitely. It could be a 6-month project. It could be a year-long activity. In Chapter 5 talks about research design. What are the different ways to design research? Do you want to use surveys? Do you want to use existing data sets? Are you going to collect statistics? Are you going to interview people and get their personal stories? So what's the quantitative data versus qualitative data? So quantitative data is numerical data. These are our statistics, our information about people, whether we collect their gender, their socioeconomic status, their age. All of that stuff is quantitative data, where qualitative data is where we're collecting their stories. This is all word data. So we're not collecting numerical data, we're getting deep in, we're interviewing them, we're meeting with them. If we're doing surveys, we have open-ended questions on them. But what you're looking for in the qualitative data is the story. What is the story that is driving this? What are individuals' experiences within this system? Do they also see the need for change? Do they agree with your change initiatives? Do they have other ideas? Okay. And then the social consequences of algorithms. So in chapter 5, they mention the book Weapons of Math Destruction, which talks about how algorithms have implicit bias. In fact, there is a lot of research that weapons of math destruction is just one of the examples, but there is multiple research about how algorithms are designed with bias towards different groups, and that has social consequences and social impact. So really thinking about your survey design and your survey results. And if you're using existing data sets or existing statistical models, that you need to think about what are the biases built into this model? Is this model giving me good information, or is this model set up in such a way that a particular group is already going to look bad just because of how the model is set up and not because of how that group looks? So different things where we talk about the impact of algorithms, the bias built into algorithms, and fairness. So remember, statistics are a tough thing. They can be used to lie. We can lie with data. I actually give presentations about this, about ethics of using data and our ability to lie with data and how we can use statistics to tell specific stories. And so really knowing and understanding how that information can be used. Okay. This moves us past our Power of the People text and into some of our other readings. So one of the activities that you will complete for your final project is a balance scorecard for your project. When you first do the readings, you might not see how you can apply this. I'm hoping by the end of these videos that you can really see how this can be applied to any type of thing. So a balanced scorecard is a performance evaluation system that looks at the whole picture. So it's not just financial performance, but also what are the different things that we need to achieve this financial performance. It is built with key performance indicators or KPIs. Those key performance indicators, those are similar to your SMART goals. So when you're saying, what am I trying to achieve? So if one of the things that you're trying to achieve is increased student enrollment in a program, then your key performance indicator might be a 5% increase in enrollment. If your goal is to make more money, then one of your key performance indicators might be a 5% increase in profit. Okay, so the balanced scorecard looks at the company from 4 different perspectives: the financial perspective, the customer perspective, internal business perspective, this is often also called internal processes, and learning and growth perspective. Now let's look at each one of those perspectives individually. Okay, so the customer. Who is our customer? Who are we serving? So you might think, well, I don't sell anything, and that's not the purpose of my project, so I don't have customers. Well, we're going to look at multiple examples of how we can break up a balanced scorecard. But let's go back to that example of we're trying to recruit students to a program. The students are your customer, okay? So how many new customers do we have? What is their satisfaction rating? Our KPI tied to that might be we hope to see a 10% increase in customer satisfaction. We hope to see a 8% increase in return of customers, so customers coming back again. Okay, we're going to continue this on the next video, as I'm going to try very hard to make these videos 10 minutes or less.